We start, huh? Okay, so we have completed the Adam data sets. Now we are going to do with the listings and the tables, listing and figures. so for this one, we need to, if you have the clinical trials, you need to report. Okay, the report in the either table format or listing format or in the figure format as per the SAP. Okay, in the SAP they will mention you how many tables we have to create. Okay. Okay, so that we usually call TFLs, or you can, some people they also call TLF or TFG. Okay, so basically these are tables, listings, and figures or graphs. Okay, figures or graphs. So both are they call. Okay, so once you have done with your once you have done with SGTM and Adam, Adam datasets. So to create the tables and listings, so the source data would be the Adam. Okay, Adam dataset should be the source datasets. So for SDTM, the source dataset is raw datasets. For Adam, source dataset would be SDTM, and the Adams would be, for TFLs, the Adam dataset, which is the source data. Okay.
Okay. So there is no way that there is no way that we get
Yes.
from SGTM.
Yes,
there is nothing they do.
Yeah, you can able to do it from SDTM in case if you don't need, if you don't need any kind of derivations as per the tables, so we can directly create from the SDTM.
But in real time, do we normally do tables and
Yeah,
listings from SGTM?
so some studies, yes. Sometimes what happened, the ad hoc request. So the client asking for to see some kind of reports without immediately. So what they do, from the raw data set only, they just standardize and they directly give the tables, skipping the Adams. Okay. In the SDTM level only, they do all the programs, and they're adding extra because this is like immediate kind of reports to see the, so what is the clinical status, the study status at the moment. Okay, the clients requested for that. Okay, so so in our thing, so we have 3 listings. Okay, 3 listings we are going to create, and the tables would be 4, and the figures would be I think 2 or 2, I guess. Let me check. Yeah, just 1. Okay. In most of the time, the figures will be very rare to get. But you should have some experience to understand what is exactly is going on in the graphical level. Okay. So before we start the listing, we need to do setup for few things. Okay, that is very important for reporting purpose. Okay, the first and foremost is style. Okay, the style, how you want to represent your report. Okay, the style, you need some kind of macro. Okay, which is, we already have the macros, but usually in the real time, in the real time, so you will have some the macros. If you run that one, it will automatically generate. But here in this case, because we are doing like from the scratch, so we have macro file, but we have to install, we have to run before we do listing. Otherwise your report won't generate like this. Sorry, so won't generate like this. So we need to do some modification before we start uh, the listings and tables. Okay, and this is going to be work for everything. Okay, work for all the listings and tables. So make sure when you are practicing the tables listing, you do these things. Okay, you do these things before you start your the tables listing practice. Okay. So the next one is m title t. These are these name we kept it. Okay, so but in our clinical project, this is one of the macros, and this is one of the style, the template style. This is the RTF rich text format. Okay, so basically if you need to do this kind of format, okay, this kind of format with titles on the top, okay, and the footnotes on the bottom. So we need this kind of style. Okay, for that only we already have that file, the ODS style. So they already created everything inside. So I'm just bringing that one into the SaaS environment. Okay.
SaaS system have default some macros inbuilt, right?
For the tables?
Yeah.
I don't think so, because we have one. Yeah, I'm not sure, because we need to check, because usually I check the data sets only.
Okay.
So the SAS help, yeah, probably, yeah, these are you have. Yeah, see, I never use it, these ones. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I remember somewhere like, I don't know. Long time.
Not sure for me.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is ODS style. The second one is M title T. Okay, so this is related to to bring your titles and footnotes. So you don't need to write anything. Okay, so it is already, we already created the macros for the titles and footnotes. Okay, the third one would be M page off. Okay, M page off. This is another macro that works. Every page it gives the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. So if you run this one, it does automatic in that. And the fourth one is the TOC, the table of content we call. So in the table of content, we have everything, the footnotes. Okay.
Sorry, for page number also macros is already given.
Yeah, if you run this one macro page, so I'm going to show that one also.
Okay. Okay.
So it gives like 1 of 2, 2 of 2, 3 of 2. It works like that. Okay. Let me clear this one. Okay, there is no. Okay, so here if you go, so you keep your, I will send you these files also for you to have a look. So if you go in the, because I have created already these ones, so I create all these macros. Okay.
Okay.
So all these macros in the macro folder, I will send this one. So we have ODS style, M title T, M page off, and run TOC. These are the table content. Okay, so we have to run these things before you start doing the programming for your listing. Okay, and this is a table of content. This is Excel sheet. So one of the programmer, okay, so the one of a programmer in the clinical team, he does everything. So he take all the mockshots and he write, title 1, title 2, title 3, and these are the program ID and the program name and the number. The number also should have to be very careful, because the number, if you are mismatching, it will be given a kind of validation mismatch. Okay, the error will give. So the footnotes. Okay, for each table and listing, it gives everything. Okay, in the table. So it will run everything. Okay, so we have all the information, footnotes and titles. So make sure your program ID, whatever you do, the program ID should match with this one. Okay, if you give the wrong one, it pick up the wrong title and wrong footnotes. Okay, the program ID should be given correctly, and the number should also given the correctly. Okay, so what should you have to do first? So you open run TOC. So here, okay, so first of all, you copy the ODS style. Okay, so I gonna send you this one, but in your system, what do? You copy the ODS style and go to, when you create Adam, right? You create Adam dataset. For dataset you save, so you paste it there for ODS style. Okay, you paste it there. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you go to the run TOC macro. Okay, so here you update your path file for the toc.xls. So which one is the toc.xls? This one. Okay, you go TOC, click on properties, you go security, and you select all of them. Select. Since I already did everything, so this is the same one. Okay, this is the same one. I just took it from there and I copied. Okay, but in your system you may have different. Okay, so you just update that. Okay, and also the raw SDTM Adam, I have these links, which is already, I made it initially. So in your system, you do the same thing, how we did in the Adam level, right? The same thing we did. So you update and save and run. Okay, so you check the log. Yeah. So everything is successfully run, and you have your TOC table datasets. Okay, so basically you're bringing all your Excel sheet into the, okay, SAS. Okay, the same thing in accessibility side. Okay, so once you're done that one, so one is done, ODS style is done, and the run TOS is done. Okay, this two part is done. The next one is mtitle-t. Okay, mtitle-t. So here also you have to to update your links. Oh, sorry, this is not. So here also you update all these things. Okay, then here you have a main path. You change your main path also. So I just took this part. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, I just took this one, so I just pasted it. And what else? Okay, so there is nothing. So if you update that path, that should be good, because the path name. And remember, okay, so here is output, right? So I go here, SAS BE course. I'll go in there. Okay, so this is the path. Okay, here what do you do? Because I put the main path, right? Main path here, main path up to BA course. Okay, up to here. This is the main path. I pasted there. So here you create one new folder called output. Okay, output. So in here in the mtitle-t, I just update this part in your system. After that one, you go here. So you're in the same place, right? You're in the same place. So you create output folder. In that you create listings. Okay, listings and tables. Okay. And if you have figures, you create figures. If you don't create like this, you will have a physical physical file path link not found. You will get an error. So you have to create the output, then you put 3 folder like this. That's it. You don't do anything. Okay. Once you're done, you save it and you run it. Oh, sorry, I just run this part. Save it. Okay, and everything's okay. All right. So total 3 part. Okay, the run TOC, ODS style, mtitle-t we have done. So the last one is mpage off. So which is the page. Okay, so here also you update your main path. Okay, the same thing which we have done in the in the mtitle-t. Okay, you do the same thing with here also, and there is nothing changed. Once update the main path, you save it and you run it. Okay, remember this is just for your understanding. Okay, in the real time you may have just links and you just run those ones and it should be good. But here you have to do some setup for this kind of clinical study if you need to practice. Okay, so I'm going to close all of this one, which we don't need it, and we're gonna start. So we finish all those 4 things. So we're gonna start our the main programming part. So I'm gonna take anything for header. So I got to cut it here. So I'm creating the first listing, which is listing 16.1.1 subject demographic. Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. So I just copy this part and okay, I keep it like that. And the input would be, so this is related to subject demographics. So ADSL, okay, the ADSL, in that you will get everything information. You see here the subject number, which is unique subject ID. So we don't take as a subject ID, right? As SUBJ ID, we don't take. We always take unique subject ID.
Okay.
Then we take a treatment related information, which is uh, treatment sequence. Sorry. So this is to be actom. Okay. We remember in the randomized we have RT, TR. The sequence asking for, and this is age in years. Then the variable sex and the variable height. Okay, and the variable in weight and the variable in BMI. So these all information we get from ADSL. Okay, so Adam dot ADSL. So output would be RL demo 1. Okay, so if you click on the TOC table of content, so you see here RT means R is the RTF, okay, RTF file, and T is the table. Okay, RT table demo 1, demo 2, demo 3. So we are looking for
RL demo.
RL demo. Okay, that is the one we are looking for. So the same thing you have to write here. Okay, it's RL demo. If you have using the macro use, so you can write it down your macros. What are the macros? Maybe you can use, phase off. Phase off. Okay, percentage M title T. Okay, and run percentage run. Okay, these are the three we are using it. And if you have any modifications, so these all you know it, right? So if you have any modifications, so we have to mention that. And anyway, we are going to need all these things, so we just run anyway for the library in case if you need to refer something. Okay. Up to here, you clear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, we're gonna bring our so the macros to the SAS. Okay. Percentage include. So if you want to read the whole program into the SAS, you can use percentage include. Okay, this is the one of the function we can use it. So I'm bringing the thing here. Okay, so for the first of all, I bring in all these three into the SAS. Okay, so you click right click and take this, go to the security. So you copy. So you just paste it there, and include. So the next one would be M pays off. So like this, you bring you are reading, right? Because if you are anyway, you run the macros, you have your macros there. So you have your M page, M title. But if you need to run the whole program, you have to use percentage include. Make sure it reading that macros also. Okay, so M title T. M title T. Okay, like this, you bring all your macros, whatever the macros you're going to use. Okay, so okay, so we got successfully assigned as follows. Okay, so we got all these things successfully. Okay, you see here for M page and M title. So we have the reference was successfully assigned, successfully read. Okay, so we have 569 observations for 36 variables from where? From TOC, work.toc. So once you run those ones, okay, so I'm sorry, I didn't save this one. Let me save this part. Or demo. Okay, so I save this one. No, I don't know this part. So we're gonna start the listing. one. So we have completed everything, and based on the moksha, we need unique subject ID, actom, treatment sequence, age, these variables we need. Okay. So if you go to the ADSL dataset, okay, so we need unique subject ID. So data ADSL set Adam dot ADSL. Okay. So listing is, you just display the whatever the information you have. Okay, so whatever the information they're asking, you just need to be displayed. In the table level, you may have some kind of derivations, some kind of calculation for summary statistics, those ones you have to represent in the table level. But in the listing, you see here you have almost like 7 variables. So you just list these 7 variables, that should be good. Okay, the listings are very easy comparing to the figures and the tables. So we're gonna keep only unique subject ID. Okay. And next one is treatment sequence. Okay, so we need actual related. Okay, so it's not like planned one. We need actual related. So this one, actom CD. This is a sequence, right? So if you check labels, so this is actual ARM code. Okay, this is the sequence RT, TR, RT. So these are the one we have to mention in our listing. Okay, so actom CD. So instead of just writing the coding part, I mean just writing the so instead of RT, I'm using a ref test. Okay, actom. I'm taking the actom. So both are same, but here is the short name and here is the long name. I'm taking the actom because it more clearly in the listing that what is the test and what is the T and what is the R. Okay. Then I take it age. Okay, and 6. Then height. Okay, height, weight, BMI. So here on this one, actom has been just never been saved. Maybe something I write wrong. TARM. Yeah, okay. Okay, so here we have 48 observations. Close this part. So this information, so we got all the required variables to report in the listing. Yeah. So we got all of them. So next one. So we start the report. So we got everything and we start the report. Okay. So ODS care. So this is the option if you have any, if you have any unwanted the characters, unwanted we don't want the special characters, so it can be just removing these ones, invisible special character, those we have, we can able to escape them. So this is a good option. You have to use it in case, because in some strings you may have something other information, so like percentage or something. So if you need to remove those ones, you can use escape char option. Okay, so I just put this one, that is escape, removes everything. Okay, thereafter, so we're gonna use our M titles, okay, and the program ID. Okay, as per the spec, the program ID would be RL demo. Okay, RL demo. Like that, you have to match with the program ID. Otherwise, it takes different footnotes, footnotes and the titles. Okay, so we usually do any kind of reporting in the proc report or proc tablet. Okay, what are proc tablets to report, to report the your required format. Okay, so I'm using the proc report. Most of the people use the proc report. So proc report that are equal to ADSL. Okay, no window. So we don't want to display this report into the output window. Okay, so we don't want, we just directly create the RTF file. So for that one, we're creating no window option. Okay, and the headline. And if you want to give a space between each column, okay, each column. So for that one, we are just writing the headline option. Okay, head skip. If you need to give some, the space between the observation from the header part to for the observation, like this space. For that reason, we're giving the head skip. So this is like, the procedure options. So you have to use it. Then split maybe, okay, the pipe symbol. The split, what does split? So here you see the treatment and the sequence, the subject and number. It's not coming in the same, right? So it's coming in the bottom. So if you want to do like that, and for that reason, we have to split the title. I mean, split the column labels and the missing. So we don't keep, we don't lose any missing value. So we always have to be included the missing values also. For example, here in the ADSL, we have missing right here, this one. So we have to include that one too. So for that reason, we keep missing. Okay, if we say no missing, then you won't see any kind of missing values. But we need to keep that missing. Okay. Then style option. The style, what does it do? It creates your style. Okay, it creates how much space you need, for headline, and how much space for your observations. That kind of the value it gives. Okay, for example, so output bit to 100%. So I'm giving 100%. And don't worry, this is all, these all they will mention. So in the proc report, you may have the macros also will be how we just need to change the data set name and the variable name. So usually in the real time, you don't need to worry about all these options. So because they have here we have our own kind of report format, but some companies, they have different type of their report format. For that reason, they create all this, the style and what are they wants, they create already. So you just need to change your variable names. And for your understanding only, in case sometimes they ask in the interviews what is headline head skip options works in our proc reports. For that option, for that reason only, I'm explaining, one by one, what does it do in the style option. So next is spacing. So I'm giving a spacing as 1. Okay, this is the space it gives between each, here and here and here. It was the same thing like headline, but this is in header part. But in the observation, for that reason, we give, the spacing equal to 1 option. But you can refer, you can check in the Google and check what exactly to. They may have different values, 2 or 3. So you check that one too. But here I'm giving only 1. The wrap. So the wrap option, what does it do? So for example, here, if you have a more space given, so instead of going, instead of coming, like, for example, the BMI is not fitting here, so it comes here. So we are wrapping it. So basically, so for example, if here we have seven variables, right? So in case if you have 10 variables, so it won't fit here, right? So it's going to come in the bottom. Something like that. It works for that reason. You have to use the wrap, but you can check in the in the SAS Studio. I mean SAS website. They will give more option for the wrap. So thereafter, you give style. The next line for header. Okay. Header. So we are giving in header in a justification to left alignment. Okay. So what does it do? The left alignment. The left alignment. So you are tight. Your variables is aligned to the left. So this alignment. So coming in this side. So for that reason, you have to justify it for your the format of style. So I'm giving in the left alignment because so it coming this side, right? You understand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so thereafter, so we give our column. So this is a very important. The column statement we given every variable, like whatever the variables we need in the report, we give here. Okay, my column statement. Column statement. Okay, so thereafter define. So the define statement, what does it do? Basically, you're define like you're going to create the labels. For example, if so, you took here is unique subject ID, but what is this unique subject ID? You have to mention in the define statement. Okay, so unique subject ID and the display. Okay, so you always copy from here. Okay, so don't write anything. You copy from here. And the pipe symbol would be splitting. Okay. So we use the pipe. So we need to.
So basically, where you want to split, then you use the pipe symbol there.
Yes. So then style. This is in the column as a column, right? Column. So this is justification should be left alignment. Okay. I'm sorry. Cell width. So we give the cell width 10%. So what does it mean? The cell width is 10%. So the space, this is like up to this subject number should be 10%, and this is 10%. This is 10%. Like that, we have to divide. Okay. If you find your columns are not fitting here, you can reduce your cell width maybe 5 or 6. So it depends on if you have to check. Okay, once you run the report, once you get your report, then you check. Okay, it's okay. The report looks good. It's not any truncation. So if you have a truncation, you need to reduce the cell width. Okay. But in the real, I mean, the scenario, this is already written everything, so you just need to change here the the column and the unique subject ID and the title names. So those one you have to change. So like that, you have to derive each and the variable. So here the next one is atom age. So sex variable, height. Okay. So we need 2 more. So weight, BMI. Okay. For the age, you go here. I mean, sorry, the treatment sequence. Copy this one. Like that. Okay. So we need to put the pipe symbol. Then you take age. Okay. There is no the pipe symbol for that one. Okay, that is height. Okay. So, okay, weight. Okay, that's a BMI. Okay, so once you've done this one, so I'm giving the 10% for each and every column. We see at the end. Okay, so we're gonna close it. Okay, the run. We have defined all the variables. Okay, so we completed up to here. Then we are closing the, if you have RTF, right, because you're applying the M titles. In that M title, you have ODS. The ODS is output delivery system. In this one, it does everything for the creating the RTF format. So M title T. So in the if you have in the real-time scenario, the M title in the RTF ODS also is going to give you the macros. There is a macros you have to run before you're doing the reporting. Okay, so here we already have in the M title format, so we don't need to do anything. Okay, then we apply the last one, M page off, which is we are applying for the page line. Okay, so up to here we are okay, right? So we just run it. Okay, you see here our report is coming, does automatic. And do you know where it goes save? It save here in the output, in the listings. Save here. Okay. So you can see one by one. So you have your, because if you keep the title number, RL demo clearly in the macros, it gives the right, the right title, right footnotes. Okay, so the date is giving the wrong here because probably this is the pirated version we are using. So the 2020 should be the cutoff. That's the reason. And the page is 1 of 2, so the 2 of 2 here. So you got all your treatment sequence, age, sex. If you want to bring something here, you can reduce a little bit for the cell width, 7%, if it's not clearly in the, so the weight and the BMI. So we got all the information. The only problem is it is not in the sorting order. Okay, it is not in the sorted. So you see here 10, 11, 12. So for that reason, we need to create one more variable. So you close this one. So you need to create here. So I'm creating one more new variable for numeric. Okay, subject 10 equal to. So I'm because the numeric only you can do the sorting, right? Because this is the character format. So for sorting purpose, if we need to change it to the numeric, so unique subject